All right, we've discussed the philosophy of a four-man pass rush. Now, in my years of experience and watching all the great players in the National Football League that are quality rushmen or pass rushers, I want to talk to you about the important qualities. As you look at your young guys, if they have and possess these, they can become very effective, and if they don't, they're really not going to be effective pass rushers. I think the thing that I see out of every great rusher is a superb desire and a superb determination attitude. It's impossible anymore to beat those offensive guys. It's very difficult unless you've got great desire, great determination, and unless a sack or a hit on the quarterback really means a lot to you as a rushman. You're never going to get there because you got to fight through obstacles. They're not going to separate. They're not going to fall down. It used to be in the league in the 80s. I thought the pass protection wasn't very good. There were a lot of seven-step drop teams. The quarterbacks held the ball. Some of the linemen got top-heavy. They weren't as big as they are now, and they're certainly not as big as they are in your high schools when I was coaching in high school way back when. Now it's much tougher to get there. A guy has to have great desire, great determination, which is true of all great players, but a rusher, he is fighting a lot of obstacles. The offensive lineman can use his hands, as I mentioned. He can set back off the line of scrimmage legally as far as he wants to without it getting called. Naturally, they hold on every down, and it's very seldom called. So to be a rusher and to be a good man, if you don't have great desire and determination, you have no chance. So the ingredients in the inside of your defensive rushman, that's got to come first. That's the number one thing. The second thing is, if he's got that, now he needs to have quickness. If a rusher and a defensive lineman or linebacker that you're rushing in your scheme is slow, or he's not quick, he's slow-footed, he's going to have a difficult time. The more quickness you have, the better rusher you can come. I didn't say speed, I said quickness, foot movement, body control, the ability to quick change of direction. All the ingredients of quickness, they are a must for a quality pass rusher. The third thing, smart and aware. Smart and aware. You can't be a good rusher unless you're intelligent. You have to have a knowledge of your opponent, how they're protecting, what kind of sets the linemen are using that you're working against. That's intelligence. You have to know what depth the quarterback's setting up at. You have to anticipate the protection you're going to get and have a knowledge of it. And then you have to be as aware as you can possibly be. When you defeat your offensive blocker, if you're so fortunate to get a sack on the quarterback, you have to know where he is, and you have to adjust your rush and go to him. If you beat your blocker and you don't go to the quarterback or you don't get the sack or the hit, you've wasted your effort. So awareness of where he is of vital importance. A lot of sacks by defensive linemen in our league occur when their teammate has gotten to the quarterback, made him move laterally, made him step up in the pocket, made him scramble, drop back, and try to scoot outside of the pocket. If they're aware of where the quarterback is, they sometimes get the easy sacks, and that helps. That is awareness. And when you run games that we discuss sometimes, pass rush games, when you come around on a game and you're rolling free, you've got to have awareness of where the quarterback is. You've got to have awareness that there could be another blocker there, a guard that's kicked back, or a center. There could be a running back staying in to check you. You've got to be very aware as a rusher, and you've got to be intelligent. Toughness and aggressiveness are the next quality I would like to talk about in a good rusher. Most football players, almost all football players, have some ingredients of toughness, or they would be playing the sport. We know that. That's a dumb statement. We know that. But the guy that's extra tough, got some extra meanness in him, got some extra violence in him, means he's also very aggressive. He can become a good pass rusher. If he doesn't have those two qualities, toughness and aggressiveness, he has no chance. There's no way to be real smooth and real nifty and finesse your way on the pass rush anymore. Some rushers used to get by that way, and there's some great speed rushers in our league that can turn the corner and get some pressure. But the majority of guys, especially the inside rushers, they're going to get double teamed. Sometimes they're going to get triple teamed, and if they don't have great toughness and great aggressiveness and that first quality, great desire to get there, they're going to have no chance. Those are important qualities. The next one, flexibility. The more that you can bend in the hips and work flexibility, teach it in the off season and in your drills. If you can bend your hips, bend at the knees, bend your ankles, really sink your body down low and not lose movement up the field, you have really helped yourself as a pass rusher. It's hard to be a great rusher unless you're flexible. It really is. Now you see some power rushers, bull-type rushers that can knock guys back, but unless they're flexible enough to get on the edge or to get around the blocker, they're not going to have any success getting to the quarterback. They're going to feel good that they've knocked the heck out of the opponent they're playing against, and they've driven him back off the line of scrimmage, but unless they got some flexibility to turn and to sink their hips and to get around the guy, they're going to have no chance to get to the quarterback. Flexibility is a great ingredient in pass rushers. And then naturally, for all players, if they've got long arms, they got great strength, and they got speed, they'll be that much better of a pass rusher or a rushman, as we like to call them. But the number one quality, desire, determination, quickness, toughness and aggressiveness, aware and smart, all your guys could have that. And if they do, they can become great rushers.